Welcome back to Every Movie Ever, the podcast where we will watch every movie ever. I'm Chad Whitney, and this is
Michael Cwick.
And this week, we're reviewing another 3 movies. This week we have The Dinner, The Kids Are Alright, and The Overnight. Now, I don't know about you, Cwick, but this is a pleasant change from the other weeks. These were 3 pretty entertaining movies that I felt had a bit of substance inside.
Yeah, especially... actually, all 3 of them probably had a little bit of substance. This is the first time we probably have, It's probably the first time we have, 3 movies for adults.
Yeah, straight
as opposed
up.
to, a
no
Disney movie.
movies or just some random comedy.
Some talking dog shit.
Even the comedy was pretty adult this week.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll start off with The Kids Are Alright.
The Kids Are Alright.
Which is a movie that's been, nominated for, 4 Academy Awards for, Best Picture when it was out. It stars Julian Moore, Mark Ruffalo.
Yes, the Hulk was in this movie.
Yeah.
We got a Hulk appearance.
Well, at least Bruce Banner.
Yeah, he actually didn't Hulk out.
Yeah.
This must have been that time during the, time without incident.
Maybe, I guess.
And this is what turned him into the Hulk. This movie pissed him off, and he was like, hey, there's a rage inside
basically,
me.
Yeah. Especially the way it ends. But start off with what you remember, how it started.
Okay.
Hey, Bug. Don't be back late.
I know.
Come give us a hug before you go. Hugs.
Hug her, that's what she's there for. Have you thought any more about making that call?
That could really hurt Mom's feelings.
How can you not even be curious about it?
Each of my moms had a kid with your sperm.
Liking both of them.
Uh-huh, liking gay.
Right on. Cool. I love lesbians.
Great.
I get it. He's their biological father and all that crap. We're not enough or something?
I never thought they'd use my stuff.
Why not? I'd use it.
Donor dad, stone cold fox. Is he single? First of all, you.
You met him, and that's cool. And now we can move on.
I want to see him again.
You do?
You do? So great to meet you.
Go easy on the wine, hon. It's daytime. Okay. Same goes for the micromanaging. Okay.
So how'd you 2 meet?
I was a resident, and
Jules had an emergency.
My tongue was numb.
and I told her to relax.
And then
My tongue started working again.
Oh my god.
The plan was to limit his involvement.
You're not gonna stick that, bro.
He's not a father. He's our sperm donor.
I just keep seeing my kid's expressions in your face.
Really?
Really?
I feel like he's taking over my family.
Whoa, wow. Okay, What's that look you're giving me?
That's no look. That's just my face.
Driving home on a motorcycle. This is something I just never allow.
Mom, I'm 18 years old.
I've just felt so far away from you lately.
Why'd you donate sperm?
It just seemed like a lot more fun than donating blood. Hey, I'm glad I did.
Marriage is hard. 2 people, year after year. Sometimes you stop seeing the other person.
To an unconventional family.
So, a brief summary of this movie is this lesbian couple.
Yeah.
They're married, and so they have 2 kids that they got a sperm donor for.
Yeah.
Each one of them had the kids, so they're both their kids, but they're from different moms.
Yeah,
And
each mom had a
had
specific
their own
kid from the same sperm donor.
Yes, from the same sperm donor. So when the oldest kid turns 18, she can reach out to the dad, but she doesn't really want to.
No, she doesn't see a point.
Yeah, it's the younger one, that's the son. He wants to be able to reach out and find out where he came from.
Yeah.
So he has the 18-year-old daughter do it before she goes off to college, and they miss this opportunity for another 2 years.
Yeah, pretty much. And I only remember the kid's name, the boy's name, because his name was Laser.
Yeah, his name is Laser. Laser.
Yeah.
Taser. I'm sorry, that was my dodgeball reference.
So basically, the setup with the parents is like the one mother, the mother of the daughter, is super intelligent. She's like a doctor.
Yeah.
And then the other
and she's
mother,
pretty uptight, just real traditional.
And the other mother is laid back and kind of lazy, I guess, and you can kind of see that in her son.
She has that lazy feel, but she's kind of that like artsy fartsy, I don't fit in type of lazy, where her ambition kind of stops her from doing things. You know what I mean? She wants to do things, but she feels like she doesn't have the support of her wife.
She reminded me of that bum-ass friend who doesn't do anything, but has got a business idea.
Yeah. She is kind of that friend.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't really do anything to start her businesses herself.
Yeah.
It's all up to her wife. And so the lazy one, we'll call her the lazy one. That's Julianne Moore. Yeah. And the strict one, I actually don't know who she was. Yeah,
no, I didn't get her name. But, so basically the movie's just focusing on the kids, at least at first. They reach out and they find a sperm donor who's Mark Ruffalo, who's like this like hippie restaurant owner.
Yeah, he's just super bachelor.
Yeah, like your first introduction is him just like banging out with this one chick.
Yeah, this chick that works for one of his restaurants. They apparently just have a thing, and he's into black chicks apparently. She was pretty cute. And
she was also kind of hippie. Like, she reminded me of this, like, a 70s.
70s,
with the thick hair and, like, the bell-bottoms.
Yeah, she was swaggy. I was going to say.
I think, like in my notes, I put, he is Foxy Banging cool. Because he's just so, like, relaxed and whatever about everything. Man. So, he gets the call from the daughter.
Yeah.
And, is actually up for meeting, and you tell he's excited about it.
He was caught off guard big time, but it's one of those things where he's like, wow, now that I know I have a kid out here, I'm actually interested in seeing what my sperm creates.
Yeah, and so this begins some of the first tension is because they finally do meet with each other.
In doing this, so the moms had no idea.
Yeah, so then...
Pause, though. They call their moms. They're like, moms are going to have a problem with this.
Yeah, that was the weirdest
thing.
That was weird.
It was, like, super funny.
Yeah. So the kids meet the dad, Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, and the daughter who didn't want to meet him ends up having way more in common than the son had in common.
She loves him.
Because the son, Laser, is just, like, the typical, like, asshole teenager...
Dude.
Jock.
Yes. He said he plays sports. Mark Ruffalo doesn't play sports and thought that team organized activities were for dipshits.
And he hangs out with like assholes that pee on dogs.
Yeah, it's not even assholes. It's just one little bitch ass kid that he hangs out with for some reason. This dumbass skateboards off of a roof onto a trash can, but doesn't even like come close to succeeding.
No.
And I guess he breaks his arm.
Yeah, and he gets all mad.
Isn't important. It just shows this kid's a real shithead.
Yeah, and for some reason Laser. But his name's Laser, so I feel like
he felt like he had to get into this crowd.
Yeah.
But he's not about that life.
Yeah. So after they finally meet, the kids meet the dad, and the son's completely disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, I don't ever want to meet him again. But the daughter who didn't want to do it is like super into it.
Yeah.
And then how did the parents find out that they talked to the moms?
The son ends up telling them because he was so disappointed, and I think one of the moms talked to him about something a parent talks to you about, and he reacted by being like,
because they thought the kid was gay.
Oh yeah, they thought he was gay. I forgot about that.
And then they kept saying
he was like, "Moms, do you think I'm gay?"
Yeah. So the parents the entire time think he's gay because they even found him watching gay porn.
Yeah. Which was their gay porn.
Yeah, which I didn't know, like, that lesbians watch, like, dude sex.
Yeah, but it was gay dude sex.
Yeah.
It was confusing, but, I mean, that's not my life. I was just like, I'll accept it.
Yeah, gay dude sex.
Gay dude sex, dude.
I
didn't even know people buy porn DVDs anymore.
But they're, like, in their 40s and 50s.
True.
Like, maybe they just like the nostalgia feel
of that
popping
vintage porn.
Yeah, like having like a case that's just blank.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that's what they kept it in, because that's what you would keep porn in. You just have a black DVD case.
That you just like in the overnighter.
Yeah. No label, nothing.
Yeah, you don't need to. If you see a black case, you know it's porn in there.
Yeah. The funny part about that scene is they're watching it, and it's two dudes like going at it, and they're just like, well, maybe the girls come in later.
Yeah.
This kind of reminded me of Eurotrip.
Ooh, I've seen it once.
Eurotrip, when they get high off hash brownies.
Okay, yeah.
Scotty freaks out. He's like, I saw a gay porno once. And they're like, what? And he's like, the girls never came. And he just like...
is that a double entendre?
Yeah, he's like, the girls never came. And he's just like freaked out.
Super funny.
Yeah.
I've seen it once, and I remember that reference now. Yeah. So guys, don't think I just am not up on my Euro Trip game.
Yeah. Hopefully that pops up.
I would really enjoy that.
So then the moms find out about that, and they invite the dad over.
They feel like this kind of was
their fault.
Kind of. They took it personally.
Yeah.
They felt like the children should have come to them. But
yeah. Or that they weren't enough. Like I think that was one of the things they brought up, because they're like in the bathroom having this talk, and they're just like, "Are we not enough? Are we failing?" That they feel they need to get the father out, and it's just like,
which I can understand their thought process there, but it's a big old stretch.
Yeah.
Just being dramatic.
I would almost feel like they would be more educated enough to know that like the kid just probably wanted to meet his father.
Yeah, like. I came from somewhere.
Clearly, he's struggling to find a father figure because he's hanging out with the asshole Clay type of thing. Because usually that's like,
asshole.
Yeah, like he's trying to hang out with whatever dude wants to hang out with him, and happens to be Clay.
Yeah, and the moms are going through it too. They know that there's certain things that he's missing, and they try to be there for him.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Then the thing comes out like the way they asked him, was he gay? Was just like they beat around the bush so hard, and he just was like, "Yeah, this is my friend I hang out with." But it's weird. Like I would have thought he was gay too, getting phone calls at dinner, like, "Yeah, let me walk out the room, and talk to you. Let me only hang with you, and let's watch gay porn together." Yeah,
that'd be like a thing that I think any parent would be justified to be like, "Hey, ask." But you'd also think that, well, they were trying to come at it from a very supportive angle, but at the same time, it also felt kind of like they were.
But at the same time, they knew Clay was a little shit, so they were really
I think that's where most of the anger came from.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, "Oh no, our son's gay," because they're lesbians. They wouldn't care. It was all like, "Oh no, he's gay and he might want to be with this horrible individual."
Horrible boy. Like, please don't end up with Clay. If you're gay, don't be Clay's mate.
Yeah,
he does not need to procreate.
Yeah. So they find out that they're meeting with the father. The kids are meeting with the father, so they have a dinner. And
dinner is pretty much just an interrogation.
Yeah, and it's like the exact opposite scenario with the kids, where the daughter of the educated woman really liked the father.
Yeah.
And then in this scenario, the educated one did not like the father, and then the uneducated one, this sounds confusing.
Yeah.
The son who didn't like the father's mother, likes him. That's
Mark
confusing.
Ruffalo. Julianne Moore likes Mark Ruffalo. Okay, so Julianne Moore is Laser's mom.
Yeah.
And the other lady is... Man, I knew that chick's name.
Yeah.
But she's the daughter's mom.
Yeah, Julianne Moore likes Mark Ruffalo. Her son does not like Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
But he ends up doing this thing where I think part of the reason she liked him is she was like, "Oh, I have a landscaping business," and he's like, "Well, I need someone to landscape for me."
He supported her idea instantly.
Yeah,
he's like, "You're the mother of this child who apparently came from me.
Yeah,
you need to take care of this kid, and I want you to do good for yourself."
Yeah, and apparently he has money. Like, he's successful, so he can just like do that.
His bachelor pad was pretty bitchin'.
Yeah. So,
she starts her landscaping. Oh, so yeah, the dinner.
Yeah.
So the not dropout mom, not Julianne Moore.
The doctor.
The doctor, yes. The doctor, she's kind of a bitch to him.
She's a bitch and possible alcoholic.
Yeah,
like,
she
that's something that
is an alcoholic.
That it builds in the movie. You see her drinking more and more.
She's such an alcoholic that it took him one time of meeting her to know what type of wine to bring her if he ever saw her again.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just like chugging the wine.
Yep.
So then after that, they just kind of start hanging out with the father, Mark Ruffalo, solo dates. Like, the son hangs out with him, but he brings Clay.
Basketball. Yeah. No, they didn't go play basketball yet. That was when Clay's dumbass tried to jump off the roof on the skateboard.
And then they played basketball, and then the kid was even more like... Laser was even more disappointed by the dad, because the dad sucks at sports.
Yeah.
And then the girl hangs out with Mark Ruffalo, and they like ride the scooter or the motorcycle.
Oh yeah, because the moms do not fuck around with motorcycles, and she knew that. That was the beginning of a very slippery slope.
Yeah, and then Mark Ruffalo starts hanging out with Julianne Moore because she's doing the landscaping.
Yep. And Julianne Moore apparently has some curiosity about what Mark Ruffalo's packing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So they end up just, like, slowly evolving their relationship into, like, a relationship.
I wouldn't even say it was slowly. Like, they kind of jumped in. She kissed him. It was like, oops, this is an accident. He was like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, but she still, like, rushed out. And then the second time she came over, they just went at it.
Yep. And then that became a regular thing. Every time she come over for landscaping, she let the gardener handle everything, and she just go upstairs and fuck.
And then one time the gardener interrupted them and then smiled.
Yeah,
and she was just like, "You're
that was
fired."
So creepy. I was just like, did he? The whole time I was thinking, did he see something? Was he peeping on them?
Yeah,
but
still unjustified.
He was sitting there sweating. Shit, I was like, ew.
No, but he's the only one working. And
true,
clearly
but was he really working?
I mean, the garden was getting finished.
I thought he was working that wrist. But
the other mother's name was Nick.
Nick, yes.
Yeah, the doctor. I have that in my notes.
Yeah, and Nick was, while Julianne Moore is fucking around, Nick is really just trying her best to make this relationship work.
Yeah, like she's dealing with her drinking, but she's also a doctor, so she's got shit to do.
Yeah, she knows she hasn't been there for quite all of the needs Julianne Moore need, like, you know, all of her needs. But
yeah.
At the same time, she was going through a lot. You know, she's dealing with a rebellious child that's about to go to college.
Yeah. And then in a twist of, like, in a plot twist, not plot twist necessarily, but to build things up a little bit more, Nick tries to reach out, and she's like, "We will have dinner at your place."
Oh, and that's a slippery slope.
Which Julianne Moore was like, no, I don't want to do, but Nick...
Because I've been fucking in this guy's house.
Yeah, but Nick is just like, no, I want to see all the work you're doing, because you've been working hard there every day. But she doesn't know that it's just been...
soiled with debauchery.
Yeah. Still like that word.
And for some reason, Julianne Moore decides to, like, take naps there, fucking... shower, brush her hair, everything that would leave some type of trace that you've been here, she did.
Yeah, and so they have the dinner, and Nick actually begins to turn around and like Mark Ruffalo's character, because he's actually a nice guy.
Yeah, she drops her like barriers.
Yeah, still drunk.
Yeah, no, she wasn't drinking at that point yet. Remember, he was like, "You want wine?" And she's like, "No, I have water." And then after they connected, she's like, "You know what? I will have a glass."
Yeah, like
of
they
wine.
even have like this awkward singing section.
It was a really long song. Like, they sung the whole fucking thing.
But it was one of those things where you can tell that was a scene of, like, that was Nick breaking down her barriers and kind of, like, getting into it. And then, like, even the kids were shocked of, like, oh, she's capable of being, like, happy?
Yeah.
But it was awkward because everyone else was just like, why is she doing this?
Yeah. And it's always awkward for me in movies when, like, there's a singing part with no actual music in the background, and I'm just like, can I fast forward this, please?
Yeah, but it's one of those like things where it's kind of like heartwarming, but it's also kind of painful because it's just like everyone knows that like this isn't like you're doing something weird. She then goes to the bathroom and then begins to find
hair in the brushes.
Yeah,
and she
in
knows.
The sink, and then she looked in the shower and there was hair.
This dude's a bachelor, so when she finds the hair and shit, she's like, okay, this could be anybody.
Yeah, because Julianne Moore's got, like, long red hair, too, so, like, she would recognize it. Because early in the movie, which you would think is just a throwaway thing, she even complains to Julianne Moore of just, like, you always leave hair in the drain.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, it was really early when one of the bathroom scenes.
Nice, some foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Good job, movie.
Yeah. So then she comes back to the table and she's like, I will have some wine, and she just keeps quiet and then she just starts drinking.
Yeah. No, because he had already poured her wine while she was away. That was when she asked when she was going to the bathroom. Then she came back and just started chugging.
Okay, yeah, she chugged and maybe she asked for one more.
It went from a very happy drinking moment to like, nope, this drink is about to turn real volatile.
Yeah, so from that point on, the movie's pretty dark and you start seeing the relationships chip away, and then Nick eventually confronts the other mother.
Yeah, Julianne Moore had to sleep on the couch. I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
I was like, because you fucked up, man.
you
deserve
totally
the couch.
So you just see the relationship break down. Eventually the kids find out and they pretty much shun the father.
I thought the kids would be more accepting of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was fucking one of their moms, but
yeah,
at the same time, their mom was fucking him. You know what I mean? Like, unless it was rape, like, it was both ways.
Yeah, and that seems to always happen when someone cheats. He
was an easy scapegoat for everybody to just put it all on him.
Unload, yeah. So the movie kind of like wraps up relatively quick compared to how everything rolled out in the last like 15 minutes, where
which
it's
was
just
pleasant. Like, they got to the point.
Yeah, like
relationships were rough. Kids go to the kid goes to college.
Yeah,
apparently that trip to college is bonding. Julianne Moore giving a speech like the night before.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're like stuck in a car for who knows how many hours, so they mended their relationship over that little trip towards the end.
Yeah.
And then Mark Ruffalo pops up one last time to apologize.
At their house?
Yeah, they have like the one last dinner, and then Mark Ruffalo pops out at the door, and...
That was when he finally got a chance to... The daughter had been ignoring him, and he finally got to let her know, like, nah, man, this was real. Like, I was really happy that I got to meet you, and none of this was meant to happen, like, you fucking your mom.
But Mark Ruffalo kind of fell for Julianne Moore?
Kind of, yeah. She told him not to do it, and he terminated the thing with the black chick. I was like, bro, you got a good thing here.
Yeah.
She really wanted to have his babies.
But even then, you saw him changed in that scene, where he was just like wearing like a regular jacket, not hippie clothes, and like had glasses on, and he's like, I'm a 50-year-old man.
Like, this whole situation literally changed Mark Ruffalo's life.
Yeah.
And it was none of his choice.
Yeah.
And yet, he's the one that goes back to being a lonely bachelor that threw away the one chick that actually really liked him.
Yeah, and
and now he doesn't have children anymore, even though he did have children.
Yeah,
and it was the children's choice to meet him.
So like, and he's 50 years old, so it's like, I think he said like I'm 50. Like he told the black chick like I'm 50.
Like I'm ready to like at some point I want to not just fuck around.
Yeah, which I felt like he didn't even have to tell her that. He like she seemed okay to like.
It was his moment of vulnerability, because the way he seemed real disconnected at first, just like I enjoy being a bachelor, everything else screw off. But then he finally...
But it's one of those things where he threw her away so with disregard that it was kind of one of those things where it's like she probably could have came around to the whole relationship thing.
Yeah. He didn't even think about relationship with her, which really showed how he felt about her.
Yeah, yeah. And so one of the last scenes is Mark Ruffalo at the door. He calls the daughter.
Yeah.
To the front door, and then she's just like, fuck off, leave me alone. Then Nick comes out, is like, fuck you.
Curses him the fuck out.
And Julian Moore just like runs away.
Julian Moore never talks to him again after they get busted. To my knowledge. They could have fucked again for all I know.
Yeah. And this basically leads to Mark Ruffalo just standing outside their house, super sad.
Yeah. He rode his motorcycle just like Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
And he probably just rode into the sunset, and that's when he hulked out. Incident number 1.
So your theory is this is a prequel to The Avengers?
No, this is a prequel to The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, you mean a sequel? Or
no, prequel.
Prequel?
Okay,
I mean, so then he runs off to Brazil?
Norton. Yeah, he runs off. Then, all of a sudden, you know, he probably gets taken into the black market or something. We're creating our new Marvel story.
Okay.
And they operate on him. And, you know, the Hulk was born. I'm not going to go too in-depth with this. It's been 20 minutes. We haven't had something to talk about for 20 minutes in a while.
Yeah, which is surprising. Cause, let's just score the movie now because we have to move on. Netflix told me this would be a 3 for me.
Netflix said it was a 2 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to give it like a 3.5.
I gave it a 4.
Gave it a 4?
Yeah.
So you tend to be a little more like lenient with your scores, and I'm
lenient.
Way strict. Like it's
every time I tell people I'm doing this with you, I'm like, it's great because me and Cwick see movies different ways, but we work together.
Yeah. And the randomness of this leads to some interesting stuff.
It was a really good story. Like,
I really like this movie. The only thing I didn't like about it was like some of the music was really cheesy.
Yeah,
like every time the music would get in, it would just be like, oh, this is really cheesy. Like I know what the music's trying to do, but that was like my only knock against the movie. Everything else was well written, well acted.
Yeah, just those annoying little quirks. That's really it.
Yeah,
happens in all movies.